Hey guys, it's Brad from Are We There Yet? I know it's been a little while since I've done a video for you guys. Been a lot going on. The weather finally is better here in Washington State. But I wanted to kind of give you a few things that I found with the Bronco over the past couple months. Nothing that's wrong with it, just things that nobody else is really talking about that I think everybody should know. So stay tuned for a few more minutes here. I'm gonna do a little bit of a drive up in the woods today and see if I can get this thing stuck. And then tonight I'm gonna come back and do a video for you guys on some things to know and things to remember and things to think about. Like, for example, when you're running with the top half back, there's some safety things and some things you need to know about the window latches and that sort of deal. So hopefully you guys will get some helpful information about the new Broncos and you won't end up breaking things. I know a couple people that have not had the top completely latched or folded back correctly and caused some problems. So stick with me for a little bit. We'll get you some good helpful information. We'll also show you some tricks about the electronics that nobody else is talking about either to kind of help you when you're off-road. So anyway guys, thanks again. Remember to like and subscribe, give me the thumbs up, share with your friends and your Bronco family, and help me out by giving the thumbs up for sure, guys. Okay, so I promised the other day a couple of tips and techniques and little things to like help you make sure that you get your Bronco, get the most out of your Bronco. So a couple things I want to kind of go over real quick. I'm going to flip the screen down, or flip the screen around here in a second to show you. So two things that most people aren't talking about online is so everybody knows that there's a lever right here on the soft top that you use to pull down, and it releases it so you can lift it up and fold it back up over the top, right? So we all know that that lever's here. But when you drop it back, you have to make sure that that lever clicks in place on both sides. So it's not just this side. So now it's locked in place because you hear that click. So now it's locked in. But you actually have to go around the other side too, or it's a good idea, because the same lever is over here, just doesn't have the gray lift here thing. But if you watch right now, I can lift this side up, right? So you actually have to grab it and make sure that that lever goes down and locks in place. So now the top is completely locked. Okay, number one big thing that people don't realize. Okay, so number two, same basic deal, but when we raise the top back up, there's a little lift thing right there. If you lift right where it says, it won't rub and it won't scratch, right? But right here, same thing, but reverse applies. You have to pull down and sometimes almost force this up a little bit to get it to lock into place, and sometimes you have to bring it forward and make sure that that lever's up. So if it comes down and it's stuck like that, you need to pull down and make sure that that lever goes up so it locks it in place, because without that lever locked in place, the top can actually come up. So there, so now it's actually locked in place and it won't come up, so you can drive with the top half back. And you should also check the other side. Same thing applies right here. Same lever. See how it dropped down? Now it's locked in place. So if I had just done on one side, it wouldn't have been locked in on this side. So it can cause the top to come back, and potentially all sorts of damages can happen because of that. So real important thing to keep in mind for the soft tops. Make sure those are locked in the up position. And then also make sure that they're locked when you have it back so that it doesn't bounce around. There's been several people on YouTube that have had their tops back but not latched, and it's bounced all over the place and caused all sorts of damage and bent a couple of people's tops and that kind of stuff. So not worth it. Just take the extra second and make sure those two latches, they're there for a reason and they lock it in place. Next thing I'm going to tell you about, and all of you have this, they have a soft top, but there's two straps in your kit, and these straps really are designed to go they're designed to go back here when the top is back and hold it down. It also helps keep it from rattling. So I'll show you how that works. So release this lever, and if you look across, when I push down this lever, it pulls the other one up too and releases it at the same time. So this wire here is connected all the way around to the other side, but we'll go ahead and put it back. Okay, fold it back, and again, watch this lever when I pull it down. Now it's latched in place, but they still move a little bit. So if you take Sorry about that. Take one of these Velcro straps. What I do is run it right down underneath here. Okay, push it all the way through. Bring it up, it's a little hard to do with one hand. Bring it over the top. And then there's a little piece of Velcro, not Velcro, but a little piece of felt there. I put the strap right over the felt and then bring the Velcro together. It's obviously not tight because I only have one hand right now, but if you snug these up, they'll actually keep it locked down nice and tight. It keeps everything compressed and they won't rattle. So do that on both sides with both straps and you'll keep the top from rattling and making all kinds of noise. As you guys know, they have the Broncos with the soft tops. You've got these little caps here. Most of them have two. Mine has one currently because I took one off the other day to show somebody how you can put the roof rails and light pods and all that kind of stuff on top. And I didn't clip, well, let's spin around a little bit. The top of this bracket has a little hole in it right here. And you're supposed to start at the bottom and then clip it over the top. And I didn't do that. And on the freeway a couple weeks ago, I just went right flying off the top. And that was a, yeah, that was a oops. So one of the things I wanted to talk about real quick was the fact that you can actually put your rear view camera on and change the modes up here at the top to this button on the far right, and it'll actually give you the rear wheels while you're backing up. So as you can see here, like I'm turning the steering wheel, but I'm actually looking at the back wheels now, not the front. So to change it now, if we go to drive, change our front camera back on, but we can actually go back here and we can actually see how the, you know, the different views. So just a little bit of a kind of a helpful trail hint, you know, if you're backing down a narrow gully or like a narrow trail, you can actually turn that rear facing camera on and keep an eye on the outside edge of your rear wheels, which is really handy. So I hope that helps, and that's my 5 helpful Bronco tips that nobody else is talking about. Thanks guys.